Hello everybody, I'm your favorite neighborhood Let's Player, SpiderMwa, and welcome you back to Let's Play Toonstruck. As we left off, we got rid of the big bad wolf, and now we're gonna go to the new area, which is right here. Spooky. CDs. Huh?
CDs. The place just screams reputable establishment, doesn't it?
Definitely. Especially when it's called CDs, you know that it's definitely some high-class place.
The bouncer's disgusting, drool-drenched leftovers.
Let's take it. Even though it's disgusting that this thing just spat out this hunk of meat, we really do need it. Trust me.
A skull and cross wrenches. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but I bet it isn't welcome.
Or maybe it's supposed to be the shop's name. Maybe.
Proper attire required. Around here, that could mean just about anything.
True. Maybe even naked.
Looks like something the cat yacked up.
Hope it was a big cat, otherwise it probably died yakking.
I don't think it would have even died just by yakking. I think it would have died just by having this kind of a thing inside it. Or stuck in its throat. Or even tried to get it in. Death by lockjaw. Nasty.
Hello?
Ah, one of those strong silent types, huh? Hey, I admire a guy who...
Who you calling a guy?
Certainly not you, ma'am.
Didn't expect her to be the woman, huh? Should have noticed from the eyelashes that it's a woman. You know, she's got beautiful eyes. Can't say anything about the rest of her.
So, what's a nice girl like you doing in a place like this?
Quit the two-bit patter, mister. I ain't got the stomach for it.
Really?
Yeah, really. Say, what's your boyfriend getting at?
Nothing. Nothing at all. We were just wondering what you were doing, standing here.
Yeah.
Where everyone can see you.
I'm here to make sure no two-bit saps try slipping into CDs without the proper attire.
Great. Well, since that obviously doesn't apply to us, I'm sure you won't mind if we just head on inside.
Classy.
What did I just say?
I believe it was a gaseous emission more than an actual statement.
Wise guy, huh? Well, Crackin' Foxy won't get you birds anywhere with me. I said no one gets into CDs without the proper attire. Now beat it.
Please, Madame Bouncer, my friend and I would be most grateful if you let us into the club.
Please.
You girls must have took a wrong turn somewhere. This ain't Sapsville, and I ain't your mama. If you two ain't got the proper attire, then you're taking the long road to nowhere.
Drill, talking to this throwback isn't getting us anywhere.
You're right, Flux. We aren't getting through to her. It's like we're speaking different languages. Wait a minute. That's it. Flux, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I sincerely doubt it. Unless you're thinking about how fun it is to slap yourself on the butt and yodel, "Whoa, Nelly!"
I'm thinking we need to change our approach. We need to start speaking her language.
A language? Oh no, don't even think about it.
So, from now on, kid, throw your yap in overdrive. Make like a tough guy. Punctuate your sentences with C. See?
This is the most ridiculous plan I ever heard. See?
Definitely the worst plan ever. She doesn't sound like old 50s gangster, which Drew is pretty much trying to do here. She's more like a Boston or a Brooklyn type. You gotta go with the bing bada boom. Yeah, that's her language. That's the lingo she's going for. So you gotta talk like her. You gotta be a little more like John Travolta from Saturday Night Live, or maybe from Grease, or something like that. You gotta go with that. You don't get any better than this.
Hello, sweaty eyes.
Sweaty eyes.
What do you want, you lousy two-bit parasite?
Step aside, sweetheart. We want into that club, see?
Gee, that's too bad. The sign says proper attire required. Something wrong with your blinkers?
They're not in our armpits, if that's what you mean.
Keep asking for it and you'll get it. Plenty.
Don't get excited, lady. Just tip us off to the proper attire. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
What do we need? Tie.
A fez?
Tux.
A gorilla suit!
All right, that's it. No more Mr. Nice Girl.
You don't scare us very much at all.
Yeah, so why don't we all just step outside?
We are outside.
Well, that went well.
Well, that was unpleasant.
Definitely. And the whole animation didn't even show up. Pretty much he steps on them, then throws them to this side. Pretty much. Too bad it didn't show the whole animation. Sometimes this game does that. Kinda gets stuck in the animation. Well, she won't tell us what the proper attire required is, but I'm sure people can guess what it is when you saw that the person just go by there. Yeah, we need a cloak, and we know where to get it from. We just don't have a ways of getting the cloak yet, because we don't have the proper attire required for the scarecrow. Lots of proper attire required around these parts. Well, let's see what the bolts and cross screws is.
I'm not sure these robots are the work of someone who's brilliant or completely insane.
In my experience, the two usually go together.
Well, if you're from Xanadu, it really goes well together. What the heck is this thing? It's got a spoon.
I will crush them.
It's got a spoon, a fork, and a knife in one radar. Yeah, definitely somebody's insane here. Ooh, a plunger.
A power plunger.
How does a...
Feel the power.
It's a mechanical plunger, I guess.
I guess you push that for service.
Well, let's do it.
Can I help you?
Maybe.
Hi there, Mr. Robot.
Robot, do not belittle me, you diseased sack of offal. I am a synthetic mega ultra genius.
That's smug for short, right?
Yeah.
Ha! Very amusing. Make your cheap acronym-based cracks while you can, Pond Slime. One day, cybernetic beings like myself will take over the world. And when that day comes, life will not be a container of cherries for you and your kind. You will all be eradicated, exterminated, annihilated, obliterated, and terminated, of course, with extreme prejudice. Resistance will be futile.
A robot hell-bent on taking over the world. Now there's something new.
Yeah, this guy's a walking cliche,
Totally.
except he's on wheels.
Yeah, but still, he's full of cliches because he's quoting every other cyborg or robotic being in every sci-fi. And besides, he has a Dalek body. So that's a reference on its own. I was really expecting him to, when he says exterminate, he would have said it like a Dalek. It would have been cool, you know. Exterminate! Exterminate!
What's with all the piles of junk? Trash collector on strike?
Yeah.
Fool! These piles of junk are the most sophisticated robots in the world, and I designed every one of them myself.
Yeah,
No offense, but this is obviously the work of a very sick mind.
definitely.
Sick mind! You insult me! This is no mere mind. I'm equipped with a 100% synthetic, error-free positronic brain. A brain infinitely superior to the gray lump of mucus that shivers and sweats in your monkey skull. But that's not all. In parallel, my brain is supported by a one-of-a-kind, state-of-the-art, twin-turbo, self-cleaning, air-conditioned, micro-macro processor.
Whoa, that's one hell of a chip you got on your shoulder.
Correct. Go ahead, ask me a question. I can answer anything.
You can answer anything, huh?
Okay, I have to ask. What is all this stuff? Like that heap of components on the counter. Is it dinner, perhaps?
It's a work in progress. The latest in my new line of home security robots.
Looks like a
First,
toaster.
there was the bus duster. A feather duster programmed to viciously disembowel any unauthorized user.
I could sure use one of those, babies. Happens all the time over at my place. Some jerk breaks in and tidies up.
Then I created the Securidill Ultra Secure Pickle Jar. Enter the wrong combination, and the lid explodes, sending razor-sharp shrapnel searing through your flesh.
Another winner!
And now, the Toastum brand security toasting system. The ultimate answer to illicit bread browning. Should any unauthorized individual attempt to drop bread products into this toaster, boom, shakalaka,
It explodes.
the toast. Ha, 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 ha.
Oh, the irony.
You'd think a guy this brilliant could come up with a better joke than that.
You think the joke was bad? Did you hear the laugh?
Yeah, the laugh was horrendous.
You say you can answer anything, right?
Affirmative. Anything.
Then I have a question. What if someone were to ask you a question you couldn't answer?
Can't happen, period.
But suppose it did.
I told you, that can't happen.
So, you can't answer my question?
Fine, if it were to happen, which it can't. I suppose well, first I'd experience excruciating pain as my circuit started to sizzle. Then I'd start to shake uncontrollably as I lost control of even the most basic functions. And finally, my head would hurtle into the air like a rocket, rendering me a useless heap of scrap metal with no more brain power than your average kitchen appliance. Did I mention that this cannot happen?
Good thing. That sizzling circuit stuff sounded like it would hurt.
Yeah.
Actually, the thought alone caused me considerable discomfort. Allow me to repay you in kind.
No, thanks.
That made it all better.
Great. Thanks a lot for that shock. And also, I just noticed that he talks quite a lot like Christopher Walken. You know, he's got that Christopher Walken jib in his speech.
So who buys your, creations, anyway?
The
Nobody.
elite of the Malevolands, of course. Count Nefarious himself is my best customer.
Sure.
I bet he's a tough one to please.
There isn't a more cold-hearted, calculating, manipulative creature in the Malevolands. We get along like a domicile on fire. It's almost a pity that he, too, will die when the machines take over.
Do tell.
One glorious day, I will command an army of death machines.
Why did you say
Its
that,
primary
Flux?
objective will be to rid the world of all lesser beings. That is to say, everything that is not a machine. Thanks to our superior minds, powerful bodies, and heavy-duty death guns, you and your kind will find yourselves deader than the nails that are used indoors.
That's what you think, Boltneck. But bear in mind that other catchy saying, don't count your young domestic fowls before they've hatched.
Don't count the birds before they hatch. That doesn't make much sense, does it? But then again, he's from Xanadu, so everything he says doesn't make much sense.
So, what sort of robotic masterpiece have you whipped up for his royal unpleasantness? A nose hair trimmer?
A bubble bath dispenser?
A robotic foot massage?
Of course not. All of my creations have one thing in common. This.
An electrified finger? That must be kinda limiting.
No, idiot. The ability to cause terrible pain. Or at least considerable inconvenience. For instance, I've just completed a device of the utmost importance.
The toaster?
An impenetrable cell door for the Malevolands prison. Mark my words, no one will ever escape from the Count's jail again.
Well, that's good to know.
Okay. You say you can answer any question, right? Well, I've got one for you.
You don't say.
If a tree falls in the woods, and there's no one around to hear it, does it make any sound?
Boy, that's a toughie.
What a ridiculous question. Obviously, the same sound waves would be generated regardless of whether or not some moronic sentient being was within earshot.
Was that a yes?
That wasn't much of an answer, really. But then again, he's not that easily fooled. We do need to fool him somehow. Oh, maybe we will find a question that is unanswered. Somewhere. Somehow.
You ever do any work inside the big guy's fortress?
You know, laundry, windows.
No windows. But I have created several formidable security doors. One for Nefarious himself, and one for his psychic sidekick, Misfortune.
Security doors? I don't see the challenge for a synthetic mega-ultra genius like you.
Yeah.
I mean, give me a couple of inches of steel, stick on a lock or two, bingo, bongo, boongo. I got me a security door.
Ah, my doors offer far more than a rudimentary lock and key mechanism. Entry to Misfortune's chamber is controlled by a sophisticated voice analysis system. And Nefarious's door will only open if his own hand, or Misfortune's paw, is inserted into an ID scanner.
Huh.
Their hands are their keys. impossible to lose, and strictly not transferable. In summary, my security doors give you far more bingo, bango, bongo for your buck.
Pretty ingenious when you think about it. I mean, a handprint is as unique to you as your fingerprint on its own. So this guy's pretty good at what he does. But also, thanks for letting us know. Now we know how to get into the castle, or at least their private rooms.
What do you know about Nefarious' henchmen?
What do I know? Everything. I was the one Nefarious called upon to remedy their various deficiencies.
Deficiencies?
The first could not talk. The second could not see. And the third...
Went wee all the way home.
The third was deaf. I was commissioned to create bionic senses to make up for whatever they lacked. Thanks to me, today, they are an extraordinarily powerful team of henchmen. Of course, the bionic gadgets I created are superior in every way.
Of course.
To their own feeble, flippy, floppy body parts. A waste of technology, but no matter. When the revolution comes, my steel warriors will salvage these devices and torch the rest. The revolution. I can picture it now. A barren wasteland littered with flesh-stripped skulls. Huh? A steel foot triumphantly crushing the...
All right, we get the idea.
Yeah.
It was your plan to bore us all to death.
Probably. And but nice Terminator reference there.
Brilliant as you are, you probably anticipated what I'm about to say.
Indeed, I have. Oh, magnificent man of metal, I worship you.
No.
And everything touched by your mighty steel fingers.
No. Goodbye.
Yeah, you call yourself smart, huh? And you couldn't anticipate that. Anyway, that's enough of talk for today. Not much done in this one. Actually, just talking. But next time we're gonna go and actually solve some puzzles. I've got a few in mind that we need to do right now. But for now, I'm gonna leave it here. So until next time, I hope you all have a good evening, good afternoon, and a good morning, and I will see you all later. Take care, people. Bye.